Hey, what's up, losers? You're not tired of manufacturing this bullshit ass narrative yet? Making up connections and attachments and relationships to people that you don't know, but that you stalk? Your network, the chosen. You're not tired of being chosen idiots yet? You're not tired of stalking women. You're not tired of being an adult who spends their time stalking people and imposing scripts and narratives on them. You're not tired of cosplaying yet. And you're not even cosplaying anything interesting. You know that you could actually go to a real conference or something if that's something that you like and cosplay for real, or go join some group playing Dungeons and Dragons like the real nerds do. But here you're cosplaying being in relationships with people that you stalk and that you hack and whose identities you've stolen so that you can exploit them with artificial intelligence. You and your friends are running around on the dark web, on Facebook chat rooms, on Telegram, stalking people, then manufacturing scripts, then hacking them so that you can mirror your eavesdropping and impose your nutter ass script on the people you're obsessed with and fixated on. So the people that are doing this, I've already named. I've already told you who they all are. Rachel Beswick, Sylvain Desario, Callie Marshall, her father. These are all people in a 764 like cult. This is like a satanic cult, right? And they engage in what all these dum-dums are narrating as Satanism and witchcraft and secret societies. Although I don't know how it's a secret society when these people literally sit there 24/7 monetizing their own criminal activity, organized crime, and terrorism. Okay, so they all engage in this activity. This is a clandestine operation. It's supposed to be covert. It's supposed to be subversive. But you have a whole network of people, the Chosen, Twin Flame Universe, Jordan Peterson's IDW, what else? The coaches from narcissistic personality disorder like Sam Vaknin and Richard Grannon. All of these people are operating a targeting ring, and they steal identities, and they hack devices, and they engage in a Truman-like show so that they can narrate it and act as if they're experts on psychology, on behaviorism, on relationships. But all of it is coming from things that they've orchestrated in the real world so that they could watch it play out like a case study. These people manufacture connections, attachments, and relationships out of thin air. They don't exist at all. So as you know, I've never introduced Rachel Beswick to my child's estranged father, but somehow she went out of her way to go link up with him to create a narrative about how I'm jealous of her, even though I've never introduced the two. So they have no reason to know each other at all. She literally had to, use her surveillance abuses to find these people's numbers and information, and then go out of her way to contact these people and then establish this narrative that they're all running with. Like, think about how mentally ill that is for somebody to just randomly out of the blue hack somebody, map out their network, contact everybody that's been mapped, and then incentivize them to get on board with you on a mentally ill narrative about how people are jealous of you. Okay? So I've never introduced any of these people to each other, and they all linked up through hacking and surveillance abuse. And then, as you know, in gang stalking and targeting, their point is basically to destabilize somebody and to do it covertly so that person looks like whatever it is that they're trying to narrate in the background. It's identity hacking, and they use real device hacking and other forms of surveillance in order to impose their chosen identity on you. But it goes a step further because these people are also trying to take your identity. They steal identities and they commit a lot of fraud, right? You hear this group always talking about insurance fraud. Well, that would be Rachel. She's the insurance fraudster. And then you have Sylvain, and all these people are engaged in actual forgeries and frauds of all sort, and then they want to destabilize the people that they target through the surveillance abuse so that that person just looks mentally unwell, imbalanced, incompetent. And mind you, they're doing a lot of this stuff through, I guess, official means and official channels. So they need to make it look as if they're not involved. But again, I've never introduced any of these people, and they've all linked up. So it begs the question, how do you all know each other? Because the one person, the common denominator, is not friends with any of you and never introduced any of you. So yeah, these people are mentally ill. If you know them, be sure to let them know that their activity is mentally ill, and also to stay away from me, okay? This whole cult, The Chosen, all the identity theft that you're engaged in, all the narrative manufacturing that you're engaged in, at some point you're going to have to stop, hun. And that point is going to be when you're facing a massive RICO, because this is organized crime, all right? And the only reason why it's taking so long to be addressed is because you have people of supposed status involved. People like Jordan Peterson, right? And the other people that have been named that participate. So they do run it like a Hunger Game, like a hyper game. So there are lots of people involved because the platforms actually recruit these groups with their community managers so that they get more engagement. And much of that engagement is built off of the narratives that they're manufacturing while they stalk people. So there's an actual monetary stake in it. And that's why it takes so much time to dislodge these people from the people that they've targeted. It's a money-making machine. So to disengorge that, it takes it takes a lot of work. But anyways, I'm going to continue posting these people so that you can see how mentally ill they are. I'm not in a relationship with any of them. I'm not even friends with any of them. I wasn't friends with any of them when they started targeting me, and that's exactly why they started targeting me. A couple of them found out that I had an online presence, and they just lost their minds, became super jealous, and then decided that they were going to compete with me while stalking and hacking me, and that they wanted to compete with me in every avenue of my life. They want to compete with me in my relationships by sabotaging them. They want to compete with me in my jobs and work. They want to listen and eavesdrop and steal my content and ideas so that they can compete with that. But the crazy thing is they're competing with nothing. They're competing by performing my identity. I'm not going to compete with somebody pretending to be me. It's all mental illness, and I wish the law would actually do its job instead of supporting these nutters, because these nutters are actually abusing the legal system. They're abusing what's known as counterterrorism, because when they target you, they're doing false reports. That's their whole game, is to group up and then run around and false report people to counterterrorism resources. And then you're blacklisted or watch listed, and then they continue to false reporting. And that's the game that Rachel Beswick and Sylvain Desario and the rest of these people who are so desperate for likes online and for popularity decided to manufacture and concoct. It is 100% a mental illness. Oh, and it's also low self-esteem. Who does that? Did you forget that you're an adult, or did you want to, I don't know, you're permanently stuck in elementary school where you're sitting there bullying people and fighting for popularity and likes?